Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bariatric Surgery with Melinda P. I am Melinda P. Just wanted to check in to let everyone know how I'm doing. I am officially 7 days post op. I am doing a lot better than I thought I would be doing. Pain is very minimum. I take extra strength Tylenol in the morning and at night with my muscle relaxer. I can take it every 6 hours, but oftentimes I miss the two times during the day that I can take it, and I just don't even worry about it. I take it in the morning and the at night before I go to bed. I do have a little bit of pain, but that's right where the incisions were, right where most of the work was done in terms of stitching and mending everything back together. But I'm doing pretty well. I do wear a stomach clencher or an abdomen binder. I do have some steri strips over some of the areas where I was cut. And the provider actually it was very minimally invasive, so she did not have to cut me open again like I was several years ago, but she just put in maybe 4 or 5 or 6 like little holes in my abdomen and was able to do that, laparoscopically. So I'm really grateful for that. So I do still have some steri strips that are still on my stomach, and I just wear an abdomen clencher or stomach binder just to keep everything together. Also keeps me stable. If I move the wrong way, it could actually hurt. So with this abdomen clencher, it does really help. I had one that they gave me at the hospital, but it was entirely too big. And so I'm glad I was able to order one that really fits and it's it helps me. It does get a little uncomfortable after a while, so I want to take it off, but I have to remember just to keep it on there during the day when I'm moving around. Speaking of moving around, I am moving around a lot more than I thought I would be able to. I'm able to move doing whatever I need to do in the house, in the apartment rather. Take out trash, put dishes away, wash dishes. I'm very careful in the shower. I don't want to do too many bending because there's no one here to come get me if I fall. So, um, but yeah, I'm very careful when I do move around. But I don't do too much. I can't lift more than 20 pounds at this time. And so I try not to. I try to break things down. If they're going to be heavy, I break it down, and I do have a cart that I use if I need to bring things in, which I really haven't needed to do that. My mother and my family have been here to really help me out with those things. So I'm very grateful for that. Um, Thankfully, for these 7 days, I've had 0 instances of GERD, no reflux, no stomach issues because of reflux, no headaches because of reflux, and my blood pressure has been going down. It did go up a little bit, but then it has been going down to the point where I only have to take half of my blood pressure medication. Pretty soon, and I'm speaking this, I will no longer have to take the blood pressure medication at all. Once I get under, the systolic number has to be under 120, I believe it is, the top number for me to stop taking it. But if it's anywhere between 120, 121, and 125, I only take half. And so I'm at the half mark right now. So I'm really happy about that. I'm still not clear to drive as of yet because I do take the benzo at night for as a muscle relaxer. So I don't want to get out there and drive. But I do go out to the driveway to turn my car on just to heat it up, make sure it's, still working. But I haven't driven, and I won't drive actually until I go to my 2-week follow-up appointment, which is in a week from today. So I have to go back to Wilmington, Delaware, just for my checkup, my check-in, and I think I'm doing pretty well. I'm not in a lot of pain, and I sleep very well. That was one thing I was kind of concerned about, not being able to sleep well. I already sleep on my back. I'm a side sleeper, generally on my left, and I can't on my right because that's where one of the biggest incisions actually took place on my right. So I do sleep on my left or my back. So that's been great. And I've been sitting, I have a recliner. I'll either sit in the recliner um, throughout the day or move around. I try not to be in the bed at all during the day. The first 2 days after surgery, I stayed in bed. My body was really exhausted, but ever since then, I've been either sitting in my recliner or I've been up and moving around, doing things just to keep myself busy. I'm not working right now, so just trying to stay active and really engaged with the healing process. And currently, I'm on a liquid diet for the past since two days post surgery. I was on strictly clear liquids like a Powerade Zero, Gatorade Zero, um, sugar free cranberry juice, water, of course, things like that. But then after the first 2 days, the third day on until the end of the 2 week time, I'm on full liquids, which can be I can have so, Greek yogurt. I've been doing the Chobani yogurt drinks. They're like 40 grams of protein, which is amazing. I can drink one of those, two of those. I can have applesauce. I can have um, the yogurt and jello and sugar free jello, of course. Sugar free popsicles, which I'm really enjoying. I found some sugar free popsicles that have protein in them, and they're 10 grams of protein in one popsicle stick. And my goal for my height, I'm 5'2", 70 grams of protein every day. So if I just do like the two yogurts, that's 60 grams right there. And a popsicle, that's 70. That's all I would need right there. But I try to move it around a little bit. Um, but getting the protein in has been okay. The one thing that I am struggling with, however, is getting the required amount of liquids, because I'm used to just gulping my beverages. If I'm thirsty, then I'll just drink, and I'll drink it fast. But now I have to sip, 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 take my time and sip, and I also cannot eat 30 minutes. I have to drink before I eat and drink after I eat. So 30 minutes, I'll have my beverages, and then 30 minutes later, then I can eat my meal. Then 30 minutes later, I can drink my beverage. So there's no eating and drinking at the same time. And I'm glad I haven't intermixed those two things, because I've heard of a lot of things that could happen. There's something called dumping syndrome, when you have the gastric bypass, when you consume too much food or too much sugar or too much fat, or if you eat and drink at the same time, your stomach is only about the size of an egg after the surgery, and it can only contain but so much. So everything else that doesn't get in your stomach dumps out, and I'm not explaining this very correctly, but the end result is stomach ache, constipation, diarrhea, vomiting, things like that, things I hate. So I'm trying not to get to that point. So I'm really trying to follow the letter of the law and make sure that I'm getting everything in the way I should and the way I need to. I just have to work on getting my liquid, um, my 48 to 64 ounces of liquid every day. I do drink Powerade Zero. I do have some other uh, water enhancers that I can put into water bottles, but it's just a matter of me drinking the full 48 to 64 ounces, which is really hard because with my stomach being so small, and I can't just gulp it. And it took me 2 days to drink this entire bottle of Powerade Zero. This one I just opened today, so I'm doing pretty well. Um, but all things considered, I'm doing pretty well. I just remember in the hospital, I was given a challenge sheet, how many sips or how many ounces of water or Gatorade could I drink, and how many times could I get up and walk, or how long did I stay in the bed? How long did I get out of the bed and sit in the chair? How long did I walk around the hall? So I'm very ambitious and I'm very determined, and I made sure to meet those goals before the day was over. Even though that meant me getting up every time I got up to go to the bathroom at night, I would take like a lap or two around the hall and knock off my goals. So I really wanted to get home just so that I can start my new lifestyle. So I've been doing very well, and I appreciate everyone who has sent text messages, calls. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your support. And also, dun, 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 I am down 13 pounds in 7 days. It might be off by a little bit, might even be a little more because I didn't really weigh myself um at the right time as I normally would in the morning. This morning I waited until after I did a few things. So after I showered. You're supposed to weigh yourself before you shower. But I forgot. So but the weight is not the main goal, although that does have a lot to do with everything else. My main goal was to get my blood pressure down and to eradicate the GERD. And those two things are happening. So I'm so happy. So the next thing will be to slim down and get more active. I do have a home gym, and that'll probably be on the next episode. I did purchase a few items. I would love to share that with you. But just come back for the next episode and I will discuss all those things. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're well.